talking of their experiences.
About 5 or 6 years since the whole area, so.
So nobody now left away from the hole.
Yeah man, the whole them dangerous. If school people never come from school all about.
Right beside me here, when it rains and you see water cycles over there, it's like a sea.
You see anyone can help us around here, South Manchester? We're dying for that help around here now.
When you look at our community, the road condition basically done.
We're appealing to the relevant authorities in Jamaica.
Mining is prolific in South Manchester, and the lands, somehow, the lands don't seem to be put back into production. Those who sell the land may get some money in their hand. The quality of their life is not improving. I mean, we often think that this only happened in Africa. I'm shocked to see that this is happening here. If you turn a few degrees away from somebody who's coming over on you, you would be shocked how deep you would potentially fall. And so my heart breaks for the people of South Manchester. How do we come up with a solution for this? I'm sure there are solutions. This very deep crater could be a water catchment. When I moved to Manchester, I understood that water was a major issue. There are no water catchments in Manchester. There may be a river down Porous. So Manchester is supposed to be the watershed, the place where the rain falls in abundance. And we still get rainfall, but we're not harvesting the water.
5 or 6 years since the whole area, so. And normally then they have observer where like watch the pit that's picking no go down there and them cut out that cut out completely.
As them when them have a mine, them take 3 China wire and run the thing.
Yeah, and the people them take it up.
The vampire them.
Yeah, them come and thief it up. Yeah.
You know, them back up again, you know. So then leave out them, why them pop off everything.
Even me scared this morning, me walk right there, so I'm scared to how the pit up down there. A big old deep hole. If me drop it, them in a lip.
From grass I grow, animal can thrive. Yeah. We need back some cover, man. Cover.
Yeah man, the whole them dangerous. If school people never come from school all about. You have a big hole behind the school up by the school, primary school, Frankfield Primary up by the school here. So still tying out the animal. We're losing the goat kid, then they drop off in the hole and them on the hillside.
The main road here leading to the primary school, bad. And from the moment backside come round here, round here poverty. People them round here hungry because we can't plant nothing. We need them to reclaim if even cassava we can't plant. Yeah, because famine is here. No, it not come, famine is here. Because we can't plant nothing, we not no orange, we not no breadfruit, we not no pear, we don't have nothing. Everything gone. So they need to come and reclaim the land them and make we can get free work on it. And when they reclaim it, not only put mall and a little bit of dust over the mall, that's as the rain come wash off, put whole heap of topsoil on it, that's we can plant on it.
Yeah.
Because that even cassava now come on some of the reclaim land them. Because them go so bam and them put little bit of dirt, so as soon as the rain come, it wash off and the cassava dead. Because of pure mall. They need to cover it and put at least 1-2 foot of topsoil on it.
Yeah, right true.
Yeah, that's we can go so bam and do it thing. Yeah, or they use grass and pat the earth before they put the dirt on it. Because grass can rotten and end up become dirt, but the stone now rotten and turn dirt.
Go in the backside, suck out the place and gone. The whole area going to become poor. I'm sure that because the little ground and the little farming and the little marketing and the little boat and cover everything, you have no way. I ain't got any man no more can raise because the grass no more go grow. The time I ring tree, coconut tree, I ring tree, breadfruit tree, the whole of them gone. So nobody now left away from the hole and the stone them. And maybe 2 little bush and woodland. But the little land them where people pay occupy and use them. Not let the people live off. If a man don't have nothing to know in backside, don't in condition to post the words out. The whole of the farming mash up the people who used to go and market. And then to go and market again. You understand me? So, I don't know what we're going to be the outcome. Coming sure now to the area of poor because there is no factory, no development, and the people that live off and they mark it out and take it out.
Well, first of all, my name is Rupert Dennis. I'm 71-year-old, living in this community from birth until now. I know the time from when the Kaiser Backside Company used to be around, and they used to come and drill up my era. And so I didn't know that it would come to this time when they has come to destroy this community by taking out all the substance from the earth and leave it into a desolate situation at this time. And when you look at our community, the road condition basically done. We don't have a proper road to drive from where I live to Mandeville. We don't have a proper road to drive to Alligator Pond. We don't have a proper road to drive to Tollgate. I believe in a few years from this, we will have nothing leave around here for our younger youths that are coming up. They could spend back some of those money in the parish to deal with the road situation. I'm not talking about government, we are talking about those people who get the benefit, like those individuals. I'm talking about the backside company who is getting the benefit from this community. If they could spend back some of the money on our road, even some of the road that go to our schools, they are in a deplorable condition. We hardly can find way to walk. We have our little farm, and when the dust comes down on it, we don't know how the farm goes. We don't get any crop of it because the dust. I went up to the school at Prattville Primary and Infant School, and there was a guinea tree there and some other fruit trees, and all of the leaves are dropping off. Everything is dying because of the pollution that the backside industry is giving us today. So I would say that if the government can do anything for us by telling the backside people that they has to do something for the people that they are getting these goodies from. They are taking our good soil and they are giving us back nothing.
I am Doris Lewis. I am a retired teacher. I spent 42 years in the system, 22 years since I'm retired, and I've been living here. Next month, the 26th of December, will be 52 years since I'm married and living here. The South Manchester Herbs and Spices has been a feeding point for the farmers in South Manchester. South Manchester is a place where, the south of any country is the rain-barren area, so South suffers from a lot of drought. And one of the crops that resist the drought is the peppermint. The farmers here look forward to the production of peppermint, which Perishable Jamaica Limited comes and collects the product, and they can put on their pots. And the thing about peppermint is, once you plant it, it lasts for years. You don't have to do planting like other crops. The bauxite mining has affected it greatly. The areas that many of the farmers used to produce their crops have been mined out. If it continues like this, it's going to be doomed for us. What they should have done is when they mine out, they should have replanted some of the crops that have been destroyed. But there's no replanting. So sometimes after, when the young people come up, there'll be nothing for them to Even the birds have nothing to eat because the trees have been mined out. Another concern of mine is how they have mined so near to the Prattville Health Center. And I wondered if health is not a concern for the bauxite company.
I'm Yokal Green, living in South Manchester. 35 years going to 40 years. And in the 15 years when I was here, everything was nice. The bauxite now come and mess up everything. People have them tank, judgment for drink the water, they can't no good no more. The one off of the house no good no more. People have them zinc, them start lose them zinc now and them not have no money to buy it back with on it. Because the dirt decay the zinc. So we have no water to drink at the time. Sometimes we do get water out of the pipe, but we rely on the rainfall mostly. So it's only Jack can help us around here. No MP, we don't have no MP. No MP no around here to help us, none. We don't have one. So you know a zero with the pan around here. So you see anyone can help us around here, South Manchester, we're dying for that help around here now. Right now, it's on the job. We can't leave everything pan China. So we need help around here. Both road and water, drinking water. And the backside them being digging hole 100 feet deep, 150 feet deep, and them leave it just like that and us around here. No filling, no nothing. So in my idea, like how we suffering for water around here, I said, enough of them older with them do dig and leave. Them could have make it their tank. And provide the farmer with water around here.
Greetings, my brothers and sisters. I would like to say thank you to the members of the community who have participated in this documentary that we're putting together, which is looking at the environmental conditions in South Manchester. I have been operating a business in South Manchester for the last 35 years, and over that period of time, I have noticed the continued degradation of the environment, and some of it is in part due to bauxite mining. The bauxite companies have been extracting significant amount of bauxite from the South Manchester community, and in past years, the lands used to be reclaimed and put back into some sort of a productive use. In more recent times, this has not taken place. And coupled with that extraction of value from this community, we're finding that nothing seems to come back in value to the community in terms of roads, water, and other infrastructural facilities. The clinic, which should be one of the best clinics in Jamaica, I would say, with all the bauxite mining that takes place. And you see the condition, the bauxite, whole road is a couple meters away from the clinic. And those are things that will have an impact on the health and wellness of our community. We're appealing to the relevant authorities in Jamaica to take a rational look at the whole question of bauxite mining and its impact on the communities. We have 70 years of data that we can look at. Have the communities benefited? How have they benefited? Schools, have they benefited in any way? Let us look at the holistic development of our country. If we're going to mine bauxite, let us, when the mining is finished, put that land back into some sort of productive use. Whether it's to build houses, whether it's to harvest water. Where we are on the south side of Manchester, bauxite mining is taking place to the north of us. If we can harvest water from these pits that are active, we can gravity feed water to our farms along the Bussa Plains here. Millions of gallons of water, because rain is always falling in South Manchester. If it's dry, we would have harvested water. So let us, as a community, as a country, look at what we are doing. What are we doing in terms of sustainable development of our communities? And certainly, if bauxite mining, millions of dollars of US bauxite is coming out of South Manchester, the least that we can expect is that the relevant authorities put back some of that money into South Manchester. Give us roads. There are no roads from Cross Keys to Pusey Hill or down to Victoria Town. This is the main arterial road to transport St. Elizabeth farm production to the Coronation Market. So when a person starts out in St. Elizabeth with 100 pounds of tomato and they travel on the roads that we have to get to Kingston, well, not to Kingston because the highway is there, but to get to Footer Hill at the bottom of Victoria Town, they would have already lost about 10 or 15 pounds of their tomato. It's tomato mash that they're taking to sell. So the farmers are not getting a good deal. The country is not getting a good deal. And certainly, we as a people in South Manchester, we are having dust, and dust. Things are going to rust. And we are getting bust. So we want to make a little fuss. We need to make a little fuss.
See what man around us? The hospital through dust. Dust are killing round there. Dust. Dust!
We are appealing to the Ministry of Bauxite Mining, of National Works Agency. We're appealing to the Member of Parliament to lobby on behalf of the people. The lands need to be reclaimed. They need to go into the hands of the farmers. And community development projects can be innovated. We have the forestry department, we can access trees, reforest the place, save the environment, save our youths, save our future. Our grandchildren, my grandchildren, your grandchildren's future depends on us doing due diligence.